Now, back to the story from a few minutes ago. You're inside the best of the Morning X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. 99X.
Robert Kosberg from Hollywood telling you how to make big money selling your ideas.
Mm-hmm. And he'll sell them for you, possibly.
Possibly.
And he'll take his cut. He'll take his cut, and you make whatever you can make off it.
Bad ideas are a dime a dozen. Good ideas are 1 in a million.
Oh, you've been in our sales meeting. Yeah.
So if someone brings me an idea today called The Glass of Water, and I go out to Hollywood, to Warner Brothers and Paramount and Fox, and on your behalf, I start pitching your story called The Glass of Water. The minute I get a studio executive to say to me, okay, Bob, we like that idea, then I call you back and I give you the good news. I say, guess what? So-and-so at such a studio, likes your idea. I put them in touch with you. The studio negotiates with you to buy the rights or to option the rights to your story. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not an agent. I don't take 10%. I'm a producer. I get to attach myself. After they've negotiated, made your deal, then they have to come back to me and negotiate my deal as a producer to be attached to your project. So you make money for your story, I make money for selling it, and we both win. So we're basically partners.
But Robert, what sucks though is these people who are from, Joe and Bob from Atlanta don't know how to negotiate with these big suits.
We have to get them a lawyer. I mean, if they don't have a lawyer in their own town, we're happy to find them a lawyer here. I mean, look, I don't want people to have to trust me, so I always give them the right to find any lawyer or any agent that they know or that their family recommends. And if they can't find one, we're happy to get them a Beverly Hills, Hollywood, reputable lawyer who don't represent me, so there's no conflict of interest. And the idea is to get them someone who can represent them fairly. And this is the bottom line, to use that overused Hollywood phrase. If Hollywood makes you an offer and you don't like it, no one is putting a gun to your head. If you want to say, no, I don't think they're being fair, you can blow the deal.
Sure.
And that way, I don't get paid and you don't get paid. Nobody gets paid, but you don't have to say that you made a bad deal. Once you get a deal that you think is fair, you get something on paper, you get money. You get more money as the deal progresses through the whole system. A lady from Ozark, Arkansas, I've never met her. Her name is Emily Newland. She sent me a 3x5 card a year ago about a man who lived in the Statue of Liberty. Now, that was an interesting offbeat idea because I'd never heard about a man who lived in the Statue of Liberty. We sold it to Polygram Pictures. She got over $50,000 just so far for her little 3x5 card. I'm attached as a producer. I've made $12,000 because that's the money you get as a producer. People think you get millions of dollars. Not until the movie's made do you really make a large sum of money.
Right.
My $12,000 represents supervising the project while the writer is developing it. But my point is, she's made $50,000 for a little 3x5 card. She'll make maybe $100,000 if the movie's made, and that's a woman I've never met who just sent me something in the mail.
Okay.
So it does happen every day, and it sounds impossible, and people don't want to believe it. But the truth is, if you have a good idea, I can help you sell it. Other producers like me can help you sell it. I'm not the only one. I'm just sort of the one who's kind of cornered the market a bit and has a bit of a reputation in this area.
Okay.
Which idea have you had that's just been a labor of love, and you got turned down, and finally someone picked it up?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I mentioned the Hardy Boys. I must have pitched the Hardy Boys as Hardy Men for 5 years.
Wow.
And everyone told me, what a smart idea, what a great idea, but I just simply couldn't sell it for whatever reason. Sometimes you walk into 400 different offices, and 400 people tell you one day after another, you're an idiot. And then on the 401st meeting, you're a genius.
Because there are probably people out there the first question is, how do I know I'm not going to give this guy my idea, and then he's going to turn around and sell it, and...
Well, there's a couple of great answers. First of all, if you sit in your apartment or your house with your great idea and don't tell anybody, you'll never be ripped off and you'll never sell it.
Okay.
That's number one. You have to get in the game. You have to get in the dance. Number two, Hollywood is not interested, big bad Hollywood is not interested in screwing you or ripping you off. By negotiating a deal with you, that's how they're going to screw you.
No, it's not Hollywood. I think what they're saying, and I think it's a fair question, how do people know that you are not going to take their idea and just give it to sell it to a studio?
And then they'll get nothing.
And then 20 years
later,
later,
they're watching a movie trailer come up and, hey, I had that idea.
That was my idea.
Well, first of all, I've been doing this for 15 years, and if I had a reputation for stealing ideas, it would have caught up with me long, long ago, and I would be out of the business. You have to sort of live on your reputation, and since I'm one of the few people who lives and traffics in the world of ideas, if I ever did anything like that, I'd be killing the goose that lays the golden egg. So it makes no sense for someone like me to do it, number one. Number two, Hollywood's a very small town. You deal with the same executives, the same lawyers. Nobody really wants to steal from anybody because it's easier to just spend the money, make a normal deal, get the movie made, because the last thing they want is a movie to get made, be in the middle of development with a big star, and then find out that one of your listeners is now going to hire a lawyer and sue. They don't want litigation because that screws up the making of their movie. They're going to do real well by paying you fairly and getting rid of you and not having to worry about you coming out of the woodwork with a lawsuit. Nobody wants lawsuits in Hollywood.
There's a couple of ideas waiting in limbo here.
And be brutal. If you think it sucks, you say no, it won't work or whatever.
Well, I probably always say that it's not for me, and I'd probably always say, look, you have to remember this is one producer in Hollywood giving you one opinion. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's not the greatest idea, but I can only tell you if I like it or if I think I can help you sell it.
Okay, let's go to the phone.
Quickly run through a couple of these. Janelle?
Yeah.
What's your idea?
There's more to this story you don't want to miss, and it resumes right after this brief break. This is the Best of the Morning X on 99X.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet, host of the #1 podcast, Insight with Chris Van Vliet. On the show, I sit down with the biggest names in pro wrestling, sports, film, and beyond. These are real, long-form conversations that go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with people like John Cena, The Undertaker, Cody Rhodes, and more. We talk mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. This is Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.